love this one because you love to talk about yourself so much. But just to be named Coach of the Month in consideration of a league with so many great coaches, just how much of an honor is it?
I am honored. It is a great award to get, but I really always believe it is about the coaching staff and the players. They do such a tremendous job of getting these guys to buy in to what it is we're teaching. Our front office has put these guys in the position to be successful, and the coaches do a great job of doing that, and the players are playing that way.
You were an assistant for a long time. To be now where you're considered, a coach of the month, just how much of is that a dream come true for you to be receive that kind of recognition after your journey?
Such a big portion of that is the coaches along the way. My mentors and the coaches that actually gave the opportunity. The George Karl, the John Welch, the Tim Gergerich, the Rick Carlisle, the Mike Browns, the Byrons, the guys that gave the opportunity for the position they've to come about. And so I'm just truly grateful and honored that to be in the position by the people that gave me an opportunity. And that's what you hope you can do for the coaches on your staff, because we have a lot of coaches that are phenomenal at what they do, and to be able to get recognized that is great for these guys.
Did you get any text or phone call from any of those people or anything like that?
Yes, yeah, there were quite a few texts that came through, and I'll continue to say the same thing. I'm honored and I'm grateful, and I also just believe it is an entire coaching staff award as well as a players award, because these guys, they work their tails off every single day to create and have an environment of together, to create an environment of guys buying in and knowing that how much we care about each one of these players.
You're able to have a couple of days of practice. The message was seemingly tie some things up. Do you feel like you're able to accomplish what do you hope to accomplish heading back in the games?
Absolutely. I think we did a great job. Yesterday was focusing more on the details of our defense, offensively, the execution. Today was more of execution down the stretch, late game scenarios, how we're executing, what we want to see, how we want to do it. And the guys are doing a phenomenal job of just continue to stay tied together, communicating, knowing we got to get back to our defensive level.
I know that a lot of the message has been how do you handle success, especially because a lot of these guys, first time in their careers are winning regularly in the NBA. How do you kind of go about teaching that? How important was maybe the lessons of last week of like, hey, you're able to win some games, maybe not playing the way that we want to play or playing the standard we want to play, but you got to be able to be locked into the standard at all times.
Well, I'm glad you used the words the standard, because that's what it is about. Like, obviously winning, feels great. And there's also the other side about what is our standard? How do we want to play? Are we doing the right things? Because there's going to be games where you can hit the standard and not win the game. And then there's going to be games where you don't hit the standard and win the game. So I think there's so many pieces that we have to continue to look out for, but we want to make sure that we're always hitting our standard no matter what happens as a result in the game.
Early in the season, you guys, one of the strains that's probably been missing. Early in the season, you guys were one of the better first quarter teams, better opening teams in the league. Been a little bit of slipping where you're finding yourself down early in first quarters. How important is it to get off to a good start and kind of set the tone early in the games?
I think in these next games it's going to be huge, and again, getting back to our identity, where we did have the slippage, and we want to make sure our guys recognize that. They've done a great job of communicating it, and we'll get back to the way in which we were doing things defensively at a high level, guarding and making it difficult on the opponent.
What challenges does Cleveland present? Mobley?
Yeah. I mean, they've got a very good team and a great coach, and I think they will be well prepared for us. Darius Garland, his speed, his quickness, his scoring ability. Donovan Mitchell, the same identity with the scoring. He creates such a major problem. And Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, they do a great job as bigs. They do a great job passing to each other, and I think that's one thing that we're going to have to be alert for. They put you in different scenarios and situations that our guys are going to have to communicate at a high level, and then again take care of the basketball, because they do a great job defensively pressuring the basketball.
There's obviously a lot of great guards in this league. How impressed have you been with Anthony's ability to kind of step in as a rookie and handle a lot of the defensive assignments that he's had to handle?
Well, he's a defensive guard, first. He's got a great basketball IQ, so he's done a very good job of reading and recognizing how to play guys, and being up and using his length to his advantage. But it's a credit to him to being able to study film, knowing taking on these challenges, and not being afraid of those moments of going against these big-time guards.
And how is Markel doing?
Markel's still just progressing one day at a time. That's how we're treating it. He's able to get on the floor a little bit more today, still with just the coaches, but no full contact.
I know we asked about Isaac yesterday. Still on time to get through practice.
He was fine today. He did a little bit less than he did yesterday, just because we want to continue to monitor to see how he keeps responding.
Jay, for Coach Mose to be named Coach of the Month, just how happy were you to see that for him, and in what in your opinion makes him qualify for that award?
I was very happy for him. I think he's put in a lot of time, effort, mentally, physically, to get us better in any way we need it. And I think he's a great person. He checks up on us mentally, make sure we're okay, make sure the vibes are high, but we're constantly working. I think that's what makes him special, is you get the best of both worlds with Mose. So I think he's more than deserving of it. I think he's a product of all the work he's put into us, not over the course of this year, but through camp and past 2 years that he's spent kind of building this up. And I'm really happy for him.
You've been with him, on his head coaching journey. Where have you seen him make the biggest strides as a head coach?
I think his patience, his handling situations has gotten a lot better. I think that's a credit to a lot of the mental work that he does to prepare for games, in the building, outside of the building. So, I think he's constantly getting better. He's constantly improving. He's helping me a ton, which I'm always grateful for.
In addition, Paolo and Franz were nominees for Player of the Month in the East. I mean, for Jamal to win that award, and these guys often be Player of the Week, Player of the Month nominees, sometimes even winning it. Is that something you guys notice and talk about, like the league is beginning to recognize what's happening here?
We don't talk about it a whole lot, but it shows that we had a good month, though. So I think it's just good work from everybody. Very locked in. It shows with where we're at in our conference and all the work that we've been putting in. So continuing to handle success in a good way, now is our new challenge. And I think it's a good one for us.
Do you feel the teams are maybe approaching you guys a little bit differently than maybe they did the last couple seasons with how well you guys have started the season?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think you go from being a team to we can get a win, whether we slack off or not. We got a good chance to play Orlando and get a dub. To now you have to be fully locked in, mentally and physically, because we're going to bring it. I think that's a testament to not only us as players, but to the staff, to the city, to everybody involved in our organization. It's been a collective effort. And, again, a new challenge. Now we get to take on being hunted, and I think that's dope.
You guys, Cole talked a little bit about yesterday about some things some things slipping over the last week and kind of coming to head on Saturday. What do you guys have to do to kind of start tying those threads back together and get back on the right track?
Get back to the details. We could feel it falling off. We understood what was happening. I think it gave us a dope challenge, to continue to figure out ways to win. When our defense is not up to standard, and I think we found ways to do that, and we were adaptable, but now we get back to, our identity, what our standard is, and that's excellence on that side, and continue to play the right way on the other end. So, this was a good 2 days of, no games, just rest, preparing, getting details fixed, and, getting ready for this tough stretch.
But one of those details has maybe been off to better starts, so some of you guys were really good at beginning of the season. What do you feel maybe has slipped a little bit with that starting group, especially in the first quarters? And how do you guys want to approach kind of the start of games?
Just getting back to attention to detail. I don't think it was anything other than getting a bit satisfied. Taking the foot off the pedal a little bit. And it's cool that we got to see it happen. And unfold. Where we can slip up and still find ways to win. Until it comes back to bite us. And then we are down 20. In the hole early and have to continue to fight the rest of the game to get back in it. So I think we've seen that end of it. We've done well. We've adjusted. But now it's time to get back to us, get back to our standards, who we are as a team. And I think these 2 days are perfect for that.
Jay, your group's assist numbers have been among the league's best over the last 6 games, but the turnovers have started to creep up a little bit. How do you balance that, sharing the basketball but still limiting turnovers?
I think just tightening things up. Handling the ball with more, being more deliberate with our ball handling, what we're doing. Not getting into situations. I think for myself personally, that puts myself in a bad spot to have to make a tough play or not try to make a tough play. Just continue to throw jabs, stay simple. Take what the defense gives us. And that usually leads to good things on that end. So continuing to share the ball is the right mindset, but how can we do it more effectively?